this event here at Napa Valley for the Procore Championship was an opportunity to bring it together with some robotics, some AI, and let executives who may not go to a user conference and things like that all the time get their hands on the technology. Like, you can read about things, you can hear about other people doing things. It's easy to write that off and say, that's the future, that's not today. And what we're trying to do with this event is expose more of the future to right now and let people know, like, it's here. If I'm an executive at a construction company, I need to be thinking about what the next 3 to 5 years looks like. The trajectory of robots and AI right now is the thing I need to be thinking about in order to prepare my company for what comes next.
And how important do you think that is for them to learn from each other too? Like, why is the communal, like, peer-to-peer experience so important here?
I think what Procore's done is fantastic by making sure there's so many people here. They're building a community around the people who are focused on this, especially at the leadership level. The next most important thing to getting your hands on the technology and seeing it and touching it and understanding it is making sure you've got that peer group that can help you bounce ideas off and, like, what is real? What's a little bit hypey right now and maybe not quite ready? And get from that place of what's the future to how do I make the next step?
I think what's neat too is, like, we're actually using our products as a part of the build out, right? Like, that's why we're here today, is kind of the behind the build aspect. I mean, we didn't do anything different to our product to, like, retrofit it into here. It was really just a plug and play of, hey, we want some remote monitoring. We want some construction progress tracking as we're building this thing out. What's your experience on just the fact that it's kind of ready to be used?
One of the most exciting parts about this, and we always have the most fun, like, look, there's Procore customers, there's DroneDeploy customers. They are integrating our products every single day, using them together, using them in tandem. What's great about these types of events is we get to actually do that for ourselves. Procore is using Procore to build out this job. You know, DroneDeploy is being used as the sort of perfect complement to what is going on site. You literally have people from the Procore team that are like, get me some drone photos, get me the maps. We need to see what's going on. This project is moving fast, right? Not unlike a lot of the projects with our customers. This thing is moving very quickly. It's very hard to keep up with. And so this is where reality capture data really thrives. So I think the most fun part about this is it's Procore doing their thing, it's DroneDeploy doing their thing, it's both teams together, seeing the products really come together on our end as opposed to watching our customers do it.
None of us are from Napa, as much as we'd love to call this place home, but the fact that we're already using some of those applications like automation and the drone on a box that's actually installed out here, it's been out here for 2+ weeks, documenting on a regular schedule. Like, how has that been?
Yeah, look, your alternative would have been flying you out to come fly the drone.
Which I would have been okay with too, by the way.
Asking me to come do that, and that may not have worked out very well either, and, like, just completely impractical for, like, someone to be out here capturing this twice a day to make sure that you really understand how things are changing. And so the dock drone on the roof, getting this thing every single day is the perfect example of, like, why you need automation. Like, you need automation because getting this type of visibility and understanding of what's happening on the project, is it progressing as it's supposed to, is extremely costly and difficult to do without robots and automation.
I think what's crazy too is, like, you talked about how fast it is moving. I mean, truly, just in the time we're standing here, they got all these trusses that are up.
Now up.
But I mean, the fact that we're doing it, I think we started out, once a day in the capture, and then we're like, hey, we need to do, like, a morning and a night. Like, how close that is to what we hear from a lot of customers too, of just like, hey, it's not just a monthly thing anymore that it used to be in the past. It's not just a weekly thing. Like, do we have the ability to capture it multiple times, even in a day? Like, that's how we're applying it out here too.
Something we're hearing from customers all the time now. Projects are getting faster, they're getting more complex, very hard to keep up with. And then on the same side of that, manual capture just isn't getting it. You've got to ask your people to go capture data all the time. It's just not practical. This is the perfect example of, like, if you want to make sure this thing is moving as it's supposed to, you've got to have a robot out there getting data for you twice a day in this case. And I just remember myself looking at being like, what is the status of this thing? Are we prepared? Is this thing going up the way it's supposed to? And then, again, I know Procore's asking themselves the same question. I just don't know how you do it without automation.
This is a huge community event for folks to know more about construction and understand a little bit more about who Procore is. Like, there's a lot of different events as a part of the tournament week, but is there anything that you really hope that the community kind of takes away from seeing some of these tools in action as they be a part of the event?
Yeah, what I hope they'll walk away from this event thinking and really understanding is these things are here today and coming faster than they think. A dock drone would be a great example of something that's here today. We're seeing mass adoption of that. We're seeing that it's available today. I think just bringing it forward to this group of leaders in this community and letting them get their hands on it and actually seeing it in this type of environment where they're like, yeah, look, I get to see one of my favorite players in the world come play this golf course, but also, wow, like I'm combining that with like the fact that we've got some amazing construction technology, capturing it and helping manage it. I just want them to walk away with the understanding that some of these things are here now, some of these things are coming very soon, and as a leader, that's your job, is to be figuring out what comes next and how to prepare your company for that. So I hope that they'll feel more prepared, frankly, for the future with robots and AI having come to this.
Yeah, totally. And it's such a unique event too, because we haven't even talked about golf yet. You know, I mean, this turned into quite the tournament for both the PGA and the Ryder Cup this year, with the teams being out. Like, yeah, it's going to be amazing. Just as golf is the backdrop to this event, like that's just kind of the cherry on top, right? And it's just been really fun to see. So Matt, we appreciate, you just being a part of this event to help us come out here and really just get a little bit of the kind of documentation of how this works behind the build. I feel like that's what we've been calling it, a little bit of like, how are we documenting this for more folks to see? And so, yeah, we hope that you guys are as encouraged seeing some of this information and how it's working and really the future of what it's going to look like, because it is here today. And I think that's what's exciting for a lot of folks to kind of see and experience. So anything else you want to add?
And I just really look forward to some Scotty Scheffler, some Ryder Cup, and some robots.
Come on, love it. Awesome, team. We'll see you here at the Procore Championship.